Woo! Back in studio, Bryant McFadden, Emory Hunt, Joe Musso. Let's keep it above the waist. No low blows here. We got the fantasy jabs out. Jordan Addison, fantastic. Justin Jefferson, fantastic. This Minnesota team, everybody's sitting there looking at the other two teams in the NFC North saying, these are the real deal teams, the Green Bay Packers, the Detroit Lions. When you look at Minnesota, it's hard to deny the results that they've found, not just lately, not just on this win streak, but the 5-game win streak prior. I mean, this has got to be a team that you're looking at to maybe say, we're the team that's going to come out of the NFC North and give that Lions team a run for its money.
We've seen teams like the Vikings before in the NFL that just get hot and they're doing a lot of things well. And for me, it's the fact that they are so well balanced. They have a fantastic run game led by Aaron Jones. Two of the best receivers in football, and Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison. I would argue to say that may be the best tandem right now in the league. 1-2 punch. And Sam Darnold is playing outstanding. You see right here, games with 5 touchdown passes and no picks. That's impressive to talk about Sam Darnold. That's not 5 interceptions and 5 touchdowns. He is playing lights out. He's balancing out the offense because of the passing game. And we know what they're doing defensively with Flores and what he does. They are getting pressure. They're turning the ball over, not just because it was Kirk Cousins, because they turned everybody over, and they're able to play downhill. They played the run on the way to the quarterback, and I just love the fact that they're balanced on both sides of the ball. This is one hot NFL team right now.
I don't want to pull negativity out of this performance, but decisions do have to be made, and this is a little bit of a more money, more problem situation for Minnesota. What do you do at the quarterback position there? We'll talk about the quarterback position in Atlanta in a second, but Sam Darnold's looking like a franchise quarterback, grasping the system, veteran presence at QB, and still, you're going to give way next season to a quarterback that we don't know if he has that NFL pedigree just yet?
I think for Minnesota, you want to allow Sam Darnold to finish his course as a starting quarterback and not prematurely make a move, financial move, in terms of, extending him. But I can tell you this much, if he is not starting for the Minnesota Vikings, he will be starting elsewhere. Yep. So if you're Minnesota, if you would like to retain Sam Darnold, I think it would make sense to maybe give him a 2-year deal, because he could be the bridge for your young quarterback in J.J. McCarthy. J.J. looked really good in the preseason play, but then he got injured. He's been away from football. It will feel like a full year. So do you want to allow Sam Darnold to walk and then say, hey, JJ, you have the keys, and not seeing him play in meaningful snaps? So me personally, Sam Darnold is in a very, very unique, good situation to be in, and I can see him following the same road that we saw Baker create for himself.
Yeah.
When he was moving around from team to team, showcased a few starts here and there, went with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, kind of played in a prove-me-year type of scenario. He proves to the organization, I can be the guy. They believed in him, paid him well, and now he is their franchise quarterback.
And circumstance oftentimes dictates the reality for these players. McCarthy will get his opportunity. I'm just not sure if it's in Minnesota or if it's right away in Minnesota. We'll see if they do stick with Sam Darnold. A different problem for a different day, but hard time seeing 13 wins perhaps, and then moving on from the quarterback that collected all those wins for you. We got to talk about Kirk Cousins here for a moment as well, because the through line there is last year's draft class and Michael Penix Jr. and all the talent he possesses. And what's going on over these 4 games, I do not know, but Cousins, no touchdowns, 8 interceptions, doesn't look comfortable on that Achilles. What is the right answer in Atlanta right now, Emory?
I think they have to go to Michael Penix, and not because he's better than Kirk Cousins. I think when you go to a young quarterback, a rookie quarterback, it's going to force the coaching staff to rely on the run game. The underrated story in this ball game was how well they ran the football against this Vikings defense. Yeah. And for me, they have to figure out a way to help foster that, to keep you in ball games, to keep it close. I know Young Waku has been up and down, but for the most part, if you're able to run the football like this with Tyler Algier and Bijan Robinson, you have an explosive element in Bijan Robinson, therein lies your opportunity to close out a game, to break a game open. And we know Michael Penix does a great job in throwing the ball deep down the field with touch, timing, and anticipation, and also accuracy. He doesn't turn the ball over as well. We saw that at Indiana. We saw that Washington. So we saw it in his brief opportunity here in the NFL. So I just feel like going to him won't necessarily say that Cousins is just the worst quarterback out there, but at least we'll be forced to run the football.
Maybe you go to the pen to just get a fresh breath here, and
Bingo.
You don't know what it's going to look like if you do win a division when it's all said and done, and you do go back to Kirk Cousins, but they need to break this cycle somehow, Matt.
You have to find a way to shake up things. 6 games into the season, you were 6-3, sitting on top of your division. Now, as we see the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they're sitting on top of their division. I don't see Tampa slowing down anytime soon. So you look at in the midst of this 4-game losing streak, you can't put all the blame on Kirk Cousins, but in terms of turnovers, there lies the issue for Kirk Cousins. You talked about in his 4-game losing streak, 0 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. One was returned for a touchdown. That's not winning football. So if I am Atlanta, when you made that move and you surprised everyone, I think now is the time to roll the dice and bring the young kid out in the lineup. Because if you look at what they have moving the rest of the way, you have a primetime stage Monday Night Football against the Raiders, the Giants, the Commanders, and the Giants. You still have an opportunity to win your division. But if you want to shake up things, now is the time to do so against a team like the Raiders.
We have seen this before with Alex Smith and also Colin Kaepernick.
We'll see how the situation plays out. Plenty calling for that change a week ago in Atlanta. I think it's going to get even louder after this performance. Kirk returning to Minnesota and finding nothing but interceptions once again.